I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Salad does not have to be boring and it does not have to be tasteless. If you're gonna be making one salad, let's try this one. It's bright, it's delicious, and it's healthy. The first step is going to be getting the beans in the oven. I like cannelli beans because they have kind of a creamy, neutral flavor, so you can season them to taste however you like. Open up your can and then drain them into your sink. Onto the cookie sheet that you will be baking them, lay down a paper towel or two, or some sort of absorbent cloth. Shake the beans out, making sure you got them all out of the can, and then using those paper towels, just lightly dry them off. Okay, once you feel like you've sopped up a lot of that bean juice that comes out of the can, go ahead and just toss your paper towels if that's what you're using. You don't have to get them perfectly dry, you just don't want them sopping wet because it'll take longer to bake. Next, you're going to add a full tablespoon of olive oil, some garlic powder, some smoked paprika, a light sprinkle of turmeric, just for the color, salt and pepper. Give that a good toss. And then we're gonna get this into a preheated oven. If you have a convect function, that's perfect to use. It'll make sure everything gets really crispy. If you don't, no worries, just maybe toss them a few times within the baking process so they bake evenly on all sides. One way to get ahead for the week, or whichever day you're making the salad, is to make the beans the day before. These beans store well in an airtight container for up to a few days, but I doubt they'll last that long since they're so tasty. It's time to get the salad dressing underway. Caesar dressing can be mayo or olive oil based. Today we're using a mix of both because I like the creaminess of mayo, but I don't want it to be too thick. We're using 1/4 cup of mayo. I'm using avocado oil mayo, but you can use any brand that you like. We also have a 1/4 cup of olive oil. Instead of Worcestershire sauce, I like to use a teaspoon of soy sauce. I start with the juice of half of a lemon. Lemon juice is definitely subjective and you can add the whole lemon if you want, but I like to start with half and then add more later. The last liquid is a teaspoon of water. This just helps emulsify everything. You may find that you need more than a teaspoon of water, but just wait until you've been mixing it for a little bit, and if it's not coming together or it tastes super strong, go ahead and add another teaspoon of water. Then, because maybe I don't care about the people around me, but I like to add 4 whole cloves of garlic. You can start with 1, add more. You can also use garlic powder if you don't have fresh garlic cloves. Then we're gonna use a 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese. And then these are anchovies. I recommend using a tiny bit, equal to about a teaspoon of paste. Anchovies are a traditional part of Caesar dressing. You can leave it out if you don't eat fish or you don't want it in there. I recommend adding it, it adds a ton of flavor. Then tons of fresh cracked pepper. Okay, that's it. Mix it all up in your food processor, or if you're like me and you're using an immersion blender, get in there. Okay, that's making a mess. It's working, but I definitely need to put an apron on. Now we mix it all up. When everything is mixed up, give it a taste test and adjust as needed. This tastes really good. It actually just needs a little bit more lemon. Final taste test. This is ready to go. We're gonna stick it in the fridge. It's gonna meld a little bit. It's gonna be perfect. We're gonna wait for the beans to finish. We're gonna prep our kale. We're using Tuscan kale for this. It's a little bit meatier in texture, and I think it goes really well with the Caesar dressing. When you're buying kale, make sure that it's like squeaky clean, or at least sounds squeaky, because that means it's fresh, it's like very stiff and full of water, and it's not gonna be all wilty and smell kind of bad. So de-stem all of your kale, and you can save your stems if you want. As you guys know, I like to do that for veggie stock. And then after that, we need to chop this. With our de-stemmed kale, we're gonna chop it into small bite-sized pieces. Add your chopped kale to a bowl. And then we're gonna spend about 30 seconds to a minute just giving it a little bit of love. When you tenderize your kale before you dress it, before you add everything else, it's gonna receive that dressing much better, and it's gonna taste better. I don't know if you've ever bitten into some really raw kale, but you're really chewing hard and it's a lot for your tummy. So go ahead and just massage it to get it a little bit tender. The other ingredient that I love to add to the salad is a green apple. You're looking for pieces that are this thin, and then when we're done, we're gonna cut that in half and they'll be the perfect bite size. Okay, that's it. That's our prep. So let's assemble the salad. To your salad bowl, we're gonna take those chopped apples and just place them in here. I'm using those pre-done beans just because it's convenient. And then taking that beautiful Caesar dressing, drizzle it on. We gotta present this well, you know. Some extra fresh cracked pepper. And because we love ourselves, a little bit extra Parmesan cheese. Now tell me you're not excited to eat that. Gosh darn. When you're getting ready to serve your salad, I like to throw a little bowl of the baked beans onto the table. This way people can grab some as they want to add extra to their salad. These beans cooked for a total of about 30 minutes and then they cooled. Listen to how crunchy they are. The salad will keep for about 1 to 2 days, and that's just because the kale is so hearty. If you're trying to get ready for the entire week, I don't recommend dressing or adding the beans until the day of. The beans will start to absorb moisture and it'll take away from the crunchiness, which nobody wants. So you can go ahead and save leftover salad from your dinner for a couple of days, but the beans might get a little bit soggy, but the flavor will definitely still be there. We mixed it, we served it up, let's taste it. You guys are gonna love this salad. The green apples are tart and sweet. The beans are crunchy and flavorful. The Caesar dressing is the perfect complement to cruciferous kale. And the salad is super filling. It's delicious, it's healthy. I hope you guys give this one a try and like it as much as I do. Thank you so much for watching.